Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we have a new complexion video. That on this channel means confetti and party horns. That's right, for any complexion video whenever I remember to do it, which I did today. Today we are going to look at the brand new Gucci multi-use crease-proof hydrating concealer. It is $47. As you see, I got two shades here. We're going to try it on. We're in the middle of a wear test, actually, and we're going to do some comparisons. We're going to put it on my concealer spectrum. We are going to dance and sing. We are not going to dance and sing, but we do have a lot to do, so let's go ahead and get into it. Maybe we'll dance and sing. Okay, the Gucci concealer, which we will say in place of saying Gucci multi-use crease-proof hydrating concealer, is, as I mentioned, $47 and comes in 40 shades. I've picked up two shades, which I'll tell you about in a moment. This says that it is full coverage and helps cover dark circles, say under the eyes, but is also multi-use for blemishes and discoloration and, you know, whatever you don't want to see around the entire face with a natural finish. It is made in the UK, which I found kind of interesting. Not a lot of makeup made in the UK. Anyway, okay, let me tell you about the two shades that I got, and then I'll talk about the wear test that we're doing right now too, okay? I got 24N and 25N. I couldn't quite tell the difference, and the website, whether it's Sephora or Gucci, wasn't helping me that much, but I'm kind of glad I did. So here's the 24N. Let me just show you why I'm kind of glad that I did it. Here is the 24N. If you can see that there. Let me put a little bit more on because I'm trying to make a point here. And here is the 25N. When I first held them up like this, side by side, I thought, is that, you're not going to be able to tell with my hand in front of it. Okay, I thought, is that 24? This is the 24, a little darker? This is 25, it should be darker. Ah, it's the undertone. So I'm glad I did it. So here's the 25. I am a light, medium, neutral, and these are both described as neutral. Look at that 25. It's like a perfect mix for my skin shade here. So here's the 24, theoretically lighter, but as you can see, decidedly more peach. Good for color correcting. Here is the 25 neutral, which is much more of a neutral shade that is, like I said, a little bit more like my skin tone. So I'm kind of glad I got that. I like that peach for color correcting dark circles underneath the eyes, such as my dark pits of despair around my eyes. That is causing so much controversy, the music I play whenever I say dark pits of despair. Most people love it. Some people say, can you do it once and then leave it out? So notice I just left it out once there. I did. I'll play it the other times though. The other thing I've been asked about is if I could please do updates throughout the day when I do a wear test rather than just the end. And I do aim to please here at Not Fit for Print Beauty. So there I am 2 hours in. I hadn't put on any makeup yet. So that is 2 hours in. I don't know if you can see how that concealer is doing. I have put, as you will see in the demo, I have put our Gucci Serum Foundation over it, and that is 2 hours in. And now we are 4 hours in. Let's see how it's wearing, and then we're going to put this onto the concealer spectrum. You don't know what that is? You'll know in a moment. We're going to go to the demo and then the final observations, the final wear test. I'm doing those check-ins. I told you we aim to please here. So now we are 4 hours in. I will just kind of ruin things a little bit by telling you I have powdered only under one eye just to see how it goes. This is holding up really nicely after 4 hours, even around the nose, and blurring the pores. I put it on there and actually creasing more on the side with powder. This is, so you've seen 2 hours, this is 4 hours. I'm going to try to push it a few more hours after we do the demo. Let's talk now about before, as we kind of let this wear on and on. Let's talk a little bit about what I like to call my concealer spectrum. It is an ever-developing thing. So what I always tell people, and I'm sorry to repeat myself for those of you long-time viewers, I started off, of course, writing for magazines, and when I would write, I found that the best way to describe a concealer in written terms, but it kind of still holds true even here on video, is to describe the texture. not the promised coverage, not light coverage, medium coverage, full coverage, not that, because this promises to be full coverage, not the coverage, the texture of the actual concealer. And I put that on a spectrum from the lightest texture, thinnest texture, all the way through the thickest texture, not the amount of coverage. And that's key. I wanted to explain that. What do I call the thickest texture? The one that you have to use a little bit of and it can cake really easily? Pat McGrath concealer to me has the thickest texture, not coverage, but texture. The original Tarte Shape Tape, the KVD Good Apple, those have the thickest texture. Again, not coverage. Coverage we all want, but texture is what makes us like or dislike a product, I have found. Lightest texture, not thinnest coverage, but thinnest texture to the feel, I feel is the Armani, the Power Fabric by Armani. Love that. The other Armani I don't like as much, oddly. Power Fabric I love. It spreads on, so thinly, has medium coverage, but it's so buildable and almost watery. There is a Huda Glowish concealer and a Valentino concealer that are even thinner. They don't cover anything. So let's just go with this Armani being the thinnest in texture. All of the concealers that I have reviewed lately are kind of medium texture. Be it the newest Huda concealer, Charlotte Tilbury concealer, Natasha Denona concealer, the newest of the three concealers by Tarte, the Shape Tape Radiant, not creamy, not original, but Radiant is kind of in the middle. I said Natasha Denona. Mario is in the middle. They're varying degrees in the middle. We have a brand new one that I love from Haus. Haus is, if we have a spectrum from thinnest texture to thickest texture, Haus is right in the middle, but on the thicker side. Mario is right in the middle, and the Tower 28 is right in the middle towards the thinner side. So where does the Gucci go? Right in the middle. This promises full coverage. Not talking about coverage. Talking about feel on the skin. This is in middle coverage, very light. So this is a little lighter or on a par with Tower 28 in terms of lightness, but it covers better than Tower 28. And I like the Tower 28. This one covers a little bit better, and I like the shade choices. I like those kind of peach leaning ones. So I think this is most comparable with Tower 28, and we'll talk about which one I like better, but I just wanted to put it on the spectrum. We have thickest, we have thinnest texture. We're going to put this in the middle towards the thinner side, right there with Tower 28. Haus, which I also love, middle towards the thicker side. Does that help? Texture, not coverage. Texture, not coverage. Had to get that all worked out. Okay, so now we are at 4 hours in. You saw the video with me at 2 hours in. We're going to go to putting this on, and then we will come back. I'm going to try to squeeze 8 hours or so out of this, and we'll see how it looks then. But let's go to the demo. Oh, we are very, very busy. All right, we've got everything we need here. We've got 2 shades of the new Gucci concealer, got the Gucci Serum Foundation, some Sonia G Fusion brushes, everything we can need. So let's get started. Now, the first thing I always do, you guys know this by now, when we do a concealer video, not only do we have the concealer spectrum, which you've already seen, but I show you what it is we're covering up. This is, as I like to call it, the no ego part of the video. It's not very flattering. This is me with nothing on my face but morning skincare. Let me show you what we're working with. Redness around the nose, some visible pores kind of here, and here a little bit, here a little bit. But like I said, lots of redness around the nose. And the worst, and it just keeps getting bad, worse and worse, that is around the eyes here, the dark, deep pits of despair. Dark pits of despair, whatever you want to call it, they are there, and they are prominent. And I swear, I see them so much lately. We're tired. I know I say we because I know I speak for you guys also. We are tired, aren't we? Okay, let's start with the lighter shade under the eye, and the darker shade we'll put on the rest of the face, I guess. I got 2 shades so we can see the difference. Actually, we'll start with the darker shade, and I'll tell you why. Because to cover up kind of darkness or redness on the face, they actually suggest to just put a little bit onto the hand first, and then they say to tap it on with the brush rather than directly on. They say it should go from about the hand on. That's probably to keep it a little bit smoother. Let's just do this side of the face. What do you guys think? Because I'm guessing that when applied directly from the tube, different than it suggests for the eyes. When applied directly from the tube, I'm just putting a little more on here, they're thinking it can get a little thicker. Okay? And as we're talking, I'm also letting it sit on my hand a little bit. Put it over there. We're just going to do this side of the face and kind of see what we think when we compare. And then we'll try some of that Gucci foundation over it. Okay. Oh, the eyes are just looking terrible, you guys. I really need to start getting some more sleep. You know what I also feel like? You know, honestly, I kind of feel like my eyes are also getting a little bit stained from all the dark eyeshadow that I try. And obviously I wash my face and everything. I need more concealer, of course. Obviously I wash my face and everything, but I feel like it goes to where the shadow goes. Like, so I feel like that darkness might be something I've done to myself. Honestly, I really feel that. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that I only do one side of the face. That is a very pretty concealer and so lightweight for something that covers pretty well. Okay, we haven't done the Dark Pits of Despair yet, but without that portion done, here's the side of my face kind of concealed. I like that method off the hand. However, we're going to use the slightly lighter shade to do under the eyes, and for dark lines and dark spots, parts of the under eye, it does suggest to go directly from, they must know me, directly from that area there. So let's just go there. And I'm going to go onto the lid a little bit. I really am starting to think that's a stain, you guys, and that's why it's getting worse. I really think so. Okay, I'm going to let that chill out just a little bit, and then we're going to compare sides. We've already done the face portion of it. All right, I think that's enough. Let's go ahead and go in there. Oh, very, very nice. Very kind of thin. Wow. Boy, it's going to be hard to recommend. I mean, we'll do a wear test here, but it's going to be tough to know which one of these is better. Okay, that blended beautifully. Definitely. Let me make sure I blend half of the nose there. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to do the other side off camera. Here we go. We have this side of the face with two different shades. You wouldn't need two though, of the Gucci concealer. I feel pretty good about it. This side of the face with only morning skincare, so you're still seeing all that redness, and here are the Dark Pits of Despair. On this side, uncovered, and on this side with just a little bit of that Gucci foundation applied directly from the doe foot. What do you guys think? All right, I'm going to go off camera now and do the other side, and then we'll do half the face with the foundation and see what we think. Okay, that's both sides concealed. You didn't have to sit through that. Let's try a little bit of this Gucci Serum Foundation, which I reviewed seemingly forever ago, giving it a little shake up there. Why so long? Because it's kind of fun. Okay, so let's put a little bit of that onto one side of the face, a very nice foundation. Oh, for reference, this is 210N. I'll put that into, hopefully I'll remember, into the description bar. And this, of course, has a scent that the concealer does not. Okay, just kind of putting that over. Nice to get rid, I'm just going to do one side. I'll do the other side off camera. Nice to get rid of that darkness around the eyes, and I think that this concealer has done a very good job of it. And the other thing I'm going to do, you guys, I am going to, well, let me get there. Hold on. I'll get ahead of myself and telling myself to hold on a minute. Okay, so there is our combination of the Gucci foundation over the new Gucci concealer on this side, and just the concealer on this side here. So what I'm going to do now is go off camera and do both sides, and then I'll tell you what I'm adding to it. Stay right there. Okay, here is complexion finished. What I'm going to do just for the wear test is on this eye and this eye only, we're going to put a little bit of this kind of brightening flawless powder from Charlotte Tilbury just under the right eye. Why? I just want to see how much better it does when it's powdered, just a little bit. See if it helps it from sinking into lines. But on this side, we'll leave completely unadulterated, and I'm not going to do a lot of makeup. So, you know, just take a look there. Okay, now I'm going to go put on some makeup, and we'll do a wear test. So stay right there. Okay. It's not, I wanted to go 8 hours, guys. I got so much going on, so it's not quite 8. It's about 7 hours and 40 minutes. I could lie and say 8, but it would be a lie. So we're almost at 8. Let me remind you, we've done 2 check-ins at 2 hours and 4 hours. We're almost at 8. Can we call it 8? I just didn't want to lie. And I want to say I've reapplied this Gucci liquid lip, but actually I reapplied it a little over an hour ago. Staying on pretty well. All right, let's look at what we have here after, let's call it 8 hours, please. Let's look at it after 8 hours, almost 8, and see what we think. May I remind you that we have only powdered with the Charlotte Tilbury powder under this eye only. Let's take a look. We last checked in at 4 hours, and that had more lines under the Charlotte powdered eye. So let's see what we got. I'm still that way. Yeah, I don't know if that's a coincidence. I'll keep experimenting. This eye, if you look, is the only eye with powder under it to set it. Usually that Charlotte powder does not settle into lines. It's liking it better to be left alone, not powdered. This is unpowdered right here. Interesting. Okay. This has the Gucci foundation over it. I love to use these as a system. I'm finding that I tend to wear Gucci concealer now with Gucci foundation. The Mario concealer with the Mario foundation. The Haus Labs concealer with the Haus Labs foundation. You get the idea. I kind of like them. I feel they're kind of developed together. So I did go ahead and put them on together for this video, loving the way this is holding up. Usually I'm very forgiving about foundations and concealers that kind of creep into that line there. Not that I have a line there. And I'm used to fixing it because I'm so allergy-like. I don't have to. That's beautiful. Look. Just beautiful. Let's take a look at my pores. I see my pores, but not very well. Under the eyes, those dark pits of despair. Should I play the music? Should I not play the music? Let's play the music. Are looking pretty good. No color corrector, but I did use the more peachy shade of that neutral concealer from Gucci, the 24N. The 25N was much more of a base neutral, right? Looking good on the chin. Good here. Got a little discoloration there that's popping through, but not too bad. Boy, you know, I told, I think we had a members live the other day. I think I said it in the members live. It's getting harder and harder to review beauty products. You know why? They're getting really good. They're getting really good, and it's splitting hairs. It used to be that there'd be one good product, one okay product, and some terrible product, you know, like even 10 years ago. Now it's like, wow, these are all pretty good. So sometimes my recommendations are truly just preference. They're not even on any sort of empirical testing. As I told you in the intro, this reminds me most of the Tower 28, and I like it better. And that's a lot for me to say, you guys. Do not go out there and go, you're favoring Gucci. I am not. I have dragged Gucci through the mud for those horrid doorstop eyeshadow palettes. You guys know I hate them. They even did their little face palettes, and I'm like, well, it's better than the eyeshadow palette, but still sucks. I have been very mean to them, and I'm telling you that I enjoy this. I enjoy this foundation, and I think this concealer is great. It is a nice full coverage with a very light application. I thought it would crease, and it is a little bit with the powder on, but not when it's unset, which is kind of nice if you're trying to get out the door. I'll keep experimenting with that. This is a good little guy. I always talk about scent because we know that the Gucci foundation has a scent. No, I mean, it smells like concealer. See, the Valentino concealer is scented. It freaks me out because I'm putting it right by my eyes. I don't like that. No scent here. they were smart enough to leave that out. They really were. Also, I mean, you know, lest we forget, beautiful, really pretty. Hey, you're paying for the container. You might as well like it. I've gone on long enough. I am splitting hairs. I know it's important to you guys. There's so many concealers out there. I'm not trying to just, I'm really trying to break it down for you. You want something with full coverage that is kind of on the lighter of the medium texture when you put it on, but blends well, does it in one coat. Tower 28 also, but I think this is even better. I'm splitting hairs for you guys. I'm trying to save your money. But what I want you to do is ask me any questions below. Do you need any of these swiped kind of side by side over on Instagram? So you can kind of know about shades? Tell me what you need so I can help you out. I mean, it's what makes us a community, okay? Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. Hey, if you haven't already done so, could you hit subscribe down there? I know. YouTube will recommend videos anyway, if you've seen one. But if you actually subscribe, it helps me, and I appreciate the favor very much. Plus, come and say a big hello over on Instagram, TikTok, and on Threads. And don't forget, you can become a bigger part of this YouTube community by becoming a channel member. It's $4.99 a month, and the details are down there in the description bar. It's through YouTube. You can click on that and become a member. Give super thanks. Shop from those links below. The retailers give a little bit back to me for more product purchase. But, you know, really, if you guys are taking your time to be here with me, I just want you to know how much I appreciate that. I truly do. And I hope that I can see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.